Hey, what's up? If you read the title, yep, I nearly broke my foot. So, yeah, I feel like this is gonna be easier to explain, honestly, if I just draw it out and be warned. There's a reason I'm a music major, not an arts major. So this all happened at a pool. So I gave a rough drawing of how this looks. So this is me, and these are a couple of my friends in the water, and this is just a person swimming laps. Just to, set the scene, create the true immersion. So I go over, there's a lifeguard somewhere over here, not important. I check into the pool, and at this point, I have three of my friends in the pool, and I'm like, I'm gonna jump in because that's what you do at the pool. I'm assuming. I actually don't know the depth. I'm assuming it's at 5 feet, like I've marked down here. So I go in and I jump, and I go into the water. It's fun, and then I keep going and going, and I hit the bottom of the pool. So at this point, I'm gonna ungroup this photo. You can see I'm red because I'm in pain. Apparently, this pool was not 5 feet deep as I originally was assuming. It was 3.5 feet deep. And yes, I'm American, deal with it. You can do the math. Not quite 5 feet deep. So my heel at this point, it's my left heel, is hurting so badly. I ended up swimming with was continuing to swim with my friends, but I'm in a considerable amount of pain. Some more friends show up, so let's say you have this person. They get to the pool, so I'm telling them, do not jump in. You will hurt yourself. And I actually did save one person. They ended up crawling into the pool like like a smarter person. Apparently, I jumped into like the shallow part of the pool where it's 3.5 feet deep. There's parts where it's 12 feet deep, and I was like, "They have a diving board over there," and I jumped in there. I was fine. Outside, the walking was just really not fun. So, don't recommend jumping into a pool. Not fun. Until you know the depth at least. If it's 3.5 feet, that will not stop your fall. So I'm gonna keep going on disasters. Describe everything else. So at this point, or we swim for, I don't, I'm gonna guess about an hour before we decide to go and get some dinner. At this point, it's like 6:40 at night, so pretty reasonable. I showered off and picked a couple people up in the, I mean, it was like 40 minutes later, we finally got to the restaurant. It's not even far away, we just all of us had to shower off. It took a little while. Really, my sounds are off. Your sounds are off. My sounds are off. Oh no, my mouse. But I ended up, I was in pretty good pain. Imagine just like, uh, there's not a good way to describe it outside of, imagine you just jumped like 3 feet down and landed on your heel or something. So that's about the best way I can describe it. So I ended up eventually going to bed that night and trying to sleep this off. Because I was like, maybe I can sleep it off and it'll feel better tomorrow. God, I remember what I was thinking. Oh, come on. So yep, I showed up to my next day and I walked to my job because it's not worth driving. There's just like no parking and it's a 10-minute walk. So might as well just walk. I don't know, just helping myself, I guess. It took me, I left early because I was like, my foot might be in pain. So let's just see how it goes. Ooh, potion. Not worth it. This walk took me 20 agonizing minutes. I ended up like limping like the whole so I was limping like the whole way. Just brutal pain. Hated it. My roommate offered me a ride, and I was like, I got this. You don't have to give me a ride. I deeply regret that. I ended up having to ask around for crutches, and luckily our event staff had some crutches that I could use. They were a little short for me, but not I'm not going to complain. There's either that or a wheelchair, and this injury is not wheelchair necessary. So, just kind of happy I didn't have, or just happy I was able to get some crutches. I ended up having to crutch around all day in orientation sessions, and when I got to my orientation room or my advising room for the incoming students, we had wheelie chairs, so I just sat in one of those and wheeled around. I imagine my advisors had so much fun just watching me just roll around because getting up was pretty painful for me. Had could I could bear some weight on my leg, but not tons. It was just best I let the. It was just best I let my leg rest. So please don't come near me. What hit me? I don't know. But I'm gonna hide here from the werewolf. I had a couple problems with this, so. Oh wait. I forgot they have a compass, don't they? But. Oh. Werewolf's dead! I did it! So I was supposed to be the mascot that day, and ended up having to ask the other person who is the mascot. We have two people who are switching, or it's me and one other person switching on and off throughout that for last week. And I was like, hey, do you mind switching with me? Because there was no way I would be able to do this. I was on crutches, trying to be in a mascot. It was like boiling hot. It was just gonna be a disaster for me if I wanted to be the mascot. Luckily, he accepted, and I was like, oh, I'll just take your afternoon tasks. Parents, I would have been no good because they just were collecting stockings. So, yeah, you can imagine being crutches. Trying to grab signs. That would not go. Don't really have hands to grab stuff with. So I ended up getting off pretty early that day. I wasn't complaining. I'd worked like pretty long in early days, but it doesn't mean that they weren't long days. Oh, come on. No, this is a bad start. Now, where's the water at? Come on, water, 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 water. Thank you. My bad for that. Oh, that's bad. I'm gonna go. Oh, wait, there was a task. I missed it. Oops. But, I realize I'm just creating more lava. Well, that's not my problem to deal with right now. So, fudge. That was bad. Oh, nice. Cruise ship. Oh, I can relive my traumas on up there. I forgot the deck. Yeah, I'm happy I was able to get someone to do my job for me. It just, helps me a lot get through this. I ended up having to buy my own crutches because no one had any that I could borrow long term. And then I ended up taking a nap like right after I got the crutches, and my foot suddenly started feeling better. It not 100%. I mean, I think about even now, it's been several days since this has happened, and I'm still in a good amount of pain. So definitely not 100%, but you know, I will take whatever pain I'm in now over being in crutches. I can tell you what I can't do right now still, like I can't I can't run, I can't march, which kind of sucks because I have to play mellophone to get ready for my marching season. It's in a couple months, but I like to be prepared. Let me get the fire resistance. Oh, that was pretty good timing. Or bad timing, I'm not sure. Oh, I already had. Oops. Was not paying attention. So, I ended up just, I don't really have much else, but I think like the main takeaways from this, always check the depth of water you're jumping into, as I've been told many times. 2, go to the doctor if your foot hurts. Time. Oh, I'm not. I need to keep moving. Oh, I'm moving. I don't have to move now. Probably will keep moving though. Okay, that works. I think I did not kill the guy. I would have felt bad. I feel like that's the main lesson to learn, but you know, I feel like that's not the biggest. I don't think that's the most important lesson to learn. You know, I feel like the bigger ones are doctors are expensive because I didn't even say this. Everyone was like, "Hey, go to the doctor, go to the doctor, go to urgent care." I'm like, I can't. What am I? A college student. I don't have money to go to a doctor's office and get an X-ray. And what are they gonna tell me? They're gonna tell me to rest. So, what does it mean if it's broken versus if it's like a bone bruise or just pain? I mean, come on, come on, dang it. It means absolutely nothing. So, why would I go to the doctor? They're just gonna tell me to rest. If it was still in excruciating pain, fine. This time I would have tried to get into the urgent care, but we're fine. It's like I said, I've limited activities, but I can walk, which is probably the most important one. Other lessons always swim with people. I don't know. It didn't really affect anything in the story, but you know, it was more fun swimming with people. What? I'm jumping. Do you not see me hitting the jump? Oh my gosh. This is rigged. So, other lessons. Don't be an idiot. No, I feel like don't be an idiot. I feel like that's a pretty big lesson. I've been told that one many times. Has it worked? No. Not important to the story, but don't be an idiot. And probably the most important lesson. 3.5 feet of water should be deep enough. Why is it not? Explain to me how that makes sense. Oh, also, the werewolf is like right there, so I'm gonna just get after this. He's chasing me. Actually, might not be. Holy cow. Let me click up. Please. Ryan, he could be right behind me. Oh. Let me. Will I survive the next minute? My hearts say probably not, but you know what? What's life without a little risk? A little bit of TNT. I hear it right behind me. That's a little frightening. I feel like this boat's not going to do me any good, so... Somehow I didn't lose that much time in the water. Okay. I think the wither's gone. Ooh, not gonna... Nope. Werewolf is right there. Probably chasing me down. Oh, they are. They are. I see them. They are right there. How am I gaining distance on them, though? Oh. Come on, let me run. 3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh. That was frightening end. Holy cow. Yeah, don't break your foot, kids. It's not very fun. The take from the guy who didn't, but almost did. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. And I'm sorry this is a day late. I tried recording this yesterday and then I found out my mic was muted. So all that footage had to be scrapped. Not fun. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video and I'll see you next time. Bye.